Welcome to RC Tech. This is Ritesh Srinivasan. In this video, let's look at 3 healthcare or health tech startups from India and how they are making use of artificial intelligence or machine learning in their products. The first company I'll be talking about is a company called as DocSpur. Now, what is the use case of DocSpur? Okay, so imagine if you could digitize health records with pen and paper. Okay, so globally what happens is that the EMR or electronic health records adoption is very slow. So still a lot of countries, doctors use paper to write their prescriptions, and then digitization of this paper based records is really difficult, right? So the idea over here is that can you actually digitize health records with pen and paper? Right? If you do that, you can engage patients. You can also analyze with real world insights. Okay. So how does this happen? So let us look at their product suite. Okay. So they have a solution where they have a pen, a digital pen and a paper, right? So this is a coded paper where clinicians can actually record the observations. Okay. So once the clinician records these observations, okay. So what happens? The clinician writes with DocSpur digital pen on a regular encoded paper. Right? In real time, what happens is that the data from the digital pen, okay, the strokes basically written by the clinician is actually synced and sent to a cloud. Right? In the cloud, they use AI algorithms to do handwriting recognition. And once you have digitized a prescription, you can then integrate it with the hospital EMR. Okay, so this is the solution. So how is it different from say some other kind of digitization solutions? Okay, so for a doctor there is no behavior change, right? And then you can create custom templates for every doctor, right? You can have seamless integration for the IT department. For the hospital administrator, they can detect and plug leakages. You can comply with regulations and quality audits. And this part is very interesting for me. If you have digitized records, the hospital can do clinical research. For clinical research, digitization of records is very important. And if you have a lot of paper-based documents, digitizing it, then doing OCR, right? Instead of that, if you have directly digital documents, research becomes much more easier, right? For the patient, it's kind of the patient gets the doctor's undivided attention. Okay, assuming you are visiting a doctor and all he does is that he is asking you questions and keep typing things on his computer, it's much better that he is still talking to you and he just writes normally the way he or she is doing already, right? So this is a very interesting product from this startup, and they already have a lot of customers. If you look at their things, so they claim a lot of customers, right? They also have case studies put over here. For example, here is an example of a case study where they talk about the Nanavati Super Specialty Hospital. So here they talk about existing EHR solutions, what is the difficulty, adoption rates and other things. What is the challenge in this hospital? They wanted to digitize the outpatient department, right? And the solution was that they went live with this AI powered data capture technology, which allows clinicians to instantly digitize their case sheets using a digital pen and encoded paper. And then you could have smart contextual trigger based on what the clinician has advised, which can be sent to the various other departments in real time. For example, it could be admission, or it could be CT, MRI, ultrasound, or follow-up, lab, pharmacy, right? So if you have this kind of a solution, it becomes very easy for the patient as well. So the moment doctor writes a prescription, the prescription is captured. If there are any medication which needs to be given to the patient, that order is sent to the pharmacy. So the moment patient visits the pharmacy, just by showing the patient ID or something, you can retrieve the prescription and you can also give out the medicines in the pharmacy, right? So they have put this case study over here. There are other case studies also. So this is one of the interesting startups in India which is working on digitizing healthcare. Okay, specifically digitizing health records. Okay, Now let's move to another interesting startup from India, which is called as Cure.ai, which was founded in India. So Cure.ai has various solutions in the radiology space. Okay, now let us look at what are these solutions. Okay, so one of the solution from Cure.ai is automated chest X-ray interpretation. Okay, so what is automated chest X-ray interpretation? So typically what happens is that once a chest X-ray is acquired, there is a trained radiologist or a physician who looks at this image and then they create a report. Alright, so the solution over here which they have for automated chest X-ray, what it can do is that it can detect abnormal findings on a chest X-ray. It can also be used to separate normal from abnormal X-rays. It can do pre-read assistance. It can be a radiology audit tool. Okay, and they make use of patented algorithms that can detect a total of 29 findings on the chest X-ray. So here is what they have. So you can sort the X-rays in a work list as abnormal or normal. Now why is this important? So if you have lot of X-rays in a hospital, right, so to prioritize the X-rays for the radiologist to read it, and if this AI algorithm has got very good accuracy, then the radiologist can look at the abnormal X-rays with priority, right? Then you have pre-read assistance, which is like it already kind of finds out, detecting basically what do you call? It can aid in detect multiple findings, 29 different findings, and then it leads to a faster interpretation, right? It can be a quick and faster interpretation. It is also integrated with multiple packs, and these outputs are pushed back in under a minute for each scan. So the idea is that if the X-ray is taken within a minute, you have these findings, analysis done on the X-ray and sent, and then it can be verified by the radiologist or the physician, right? Reporting assistance. So you have templates which are filled, and in these templates, automatically these findings can be put over here by the algorithm, and the radiologist can actually verify these findings. So it leads to faster throughput. In a sense, it leads to faster throughput. Another use case could be that hospitals have a shortage of radiologists, right? Or you have this teleradiology kind of a situation where these X-rays are sent to a remote location, and there you have these radiologists. So it aids in actually faster detection of say abnormalities, also increased throughput of the radiologist. Okay, so this was for the chest X-ray. So it again makes use of deep learning algorithms. Okay, then you have another solution for head CT scans. Okay, and this is an FDA approved solution. So this is mostly triaging on the head CT scans to prioritize head CT scans with critical abnormalities such as bleed, fracture, or mass effect or midline shift on the radiology work list for priority review. So what happens is that you have head CT scans which are acquired, and then certain scans could be critical findings could be there. So it is about identifying and prioritizing these critical findings. So it also is about what is the different types of intracranial bleeding which can happen. So it aids in faster, what do you call, prioritization of the cases, as well as there are radiologist templates, right? You have reporting assistance. So you have these various kind of reports which are present, and clinicians can use these quantitative measurements, right? So what it does is that it tries to classify these bleeds and other kind of abnormalities, and also provide some quantitative measures. Right, so the clinicians and researchers can look at these things and come up with quantitative measurements to assist with determining the severity of the trauma, lesion, or underlying disease, right, or to assist with the comparison of multiple CT scans. So this product is mainly to do with head CT scans. Okay, so they have actually published their research publications on these various products. So you can actually look at these publications and understand more about what kind of algorithms, or they say that they have used deep learning algorithms. So what is the techniques behind some of these products? Okay. Another product of Q.AI is lung nodule diagnosis. Okay, this is mainly in the oncology domain. It is trying to empower lung cancer screening and facilitates opportunistic prevention using AI. Okay, it's about detecting, analyzing, monitoring, and reporting on lung CT images. Okay, and they claim more than 95% accuracy. They have a huge data set of chest CTs over here, right? And this is the size of the nodules. So they say a minimum diameter of 3 mm nodule can also be so they have analysis to automatically analyze the malignancy risk score, and which is evaluated through features like localization of the nodules, the border of the nodule, size, texture, calcification. You can also do monitoring for precise quantification. So this is about, and they also have report templates. Okay, so these are some of the solutions of Q.AI. They also have other products which I have not covered over here. This is another interesting product and use case based on AI in the healthcare domain. Okay, the last startup which I am going to cover is SigTuple. Okay, so this company has products like, again, a digitizer. It is under research is what they are claiming. So the digitizer is like an automated digital scanner for diagnostic use in pathology laboratories. So it is envisioned to be a universal digital scanner for scanning specimens, slides, storing scanned images, and then you can enable telepathology. Okay, so that is the idea over here. So this is actually a research it is still under research, but they have certain products which are already there. Like they have Drishti, which is a software as a service platform to screen diabetic retinopathy. So basically it looks at images of the retina and then tries to identify whether there is age related macular degeneration or glaucoma, right? So they have they have features like heat maps and confidence score. Okay, so each classification output by a model is also accompanied by a confidence score, which signifies how confident the model is about the classification, and a heat map which highlights the area of interest or abnormality. And then there is a segregation of left eye and right eye recommendations. They have cloud-based teleophthalmology, where ophthalmologists can review these images and take a diagnosis. So you have automated identification. You also have the teleradiology to also, teleophthalmology here over here, so that an ophthalmologist can look at these images and give diagnosis to the patients. So these are the approvals, also regulatory approvals. They also have a pathology solution, okay, called as Shonit, which is a peripheral blood smear analyzer. It is an automated blood smear analyzer intended for in vitro diagnostic use in pathology laboratories. Okay, so this is some kind of an automatic analysis of a slide, of a blood slide, right, where have analysis of the count, basically count of blood cells, differential counts of the different kind of blood cells. They say this it is low cost, and it mimics the process of a pathologist, how they do under a microscope. So it mimics that process, and it can be augmented to report the different things like total count of WBCs, non-metric indices, and platelets. Okay, so this also has got regulatory approvals. Okay, they also have published research papers over here. So they have published different papers, so many different papers and other things over here which can be looked at. So in this video, actually I have tried to give you an idea of some use cases of AI in healthcare, and how these three companies based out of India have actually done some wonderful work on certain use cases, how they have created certain products, and how they have published certain results. So I'll put a link to these companies, the links of these companies in the description. Also their research publications, also I'll put it in the description of the video. Okay, I hope you find this video useful. If you like the video, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. See you in a new video. Happy learning.